Good morning, everyone. Ock, you want to say good morning too? We have had a very quiet week because over the last week I have been suffering in silence. Well, not really, you know it's not true. I can tell you right now, it feels good to feel good. I've been struggling with the man flu and things are really cooling down here at the cabin. And that combination just meant that I wanted just one thing. A lot of you said my next project should be to build out an internal bathroom. Currently, my only kind of bathroom setup is an outdoor shower and my outdoor toilet. I don't feel up for building a whole bathroom right now. But somehow, I still did end up getting this. One way or another, by the end of this video, I am gonna have a hot bath. Got this off Facebook Marketplace, and yesterday, I scoped out the area where I think I can install this bad boy. It's just giving off a bit of dark and dingy vibes, and that doesn't reflect the rest of the cabin. You've got to admit, it's a little incongruous from there to there. But before I can really dive into more of the plans I have with this space, first, it needs a bit of a cleanup. Let's go. Did you hear the blower? You really do like that, eh, buddy? Well, this is looking much better. We've now got a blank slate to work with, and it kind of reminded me of these decking boards that are underneath. A lot of people ask if I'm going to replace them, but the truth is the majority of them are in really good condition, and these are old hardwood ones, so I'm actually really keen to see how they come up with a good sand and oil. However, that will not be first on the agenda because there's no point sanding if you're going to get paint on it, is there? Now that pressure wash made a huge difference yesterday. As you can see, now all my railing and everything is back to bare bones. And one of the big reasons these ceilings need a paint and some protection is, as you can see, they're still showing signs of the water damage from when I rebuilt the roof on this cabin and it happened to pour rain. So that's all stained with water marking. So that paint's going to cover that up, but also help protect it. It's also got anti-mold properties and fungicides and stuff. So it's going to protect that and the railings as well. So that is going to be the first step. I think Ock's also got a bit of energy because I haven't been doing too much the last few days while I've been sick. Oh, good boy. Quick outfit change as I feel like this is going to get a little messy. Trying to be a bit smarter with my mask protection. It's going to be really fun. Really fun. Apart from the awkwardness of the position, it's actually coming off really quick, so hopefully this only takes an hour or two. Step one is complete, and the arms are a little sore, but very glad that I took the time to do that step and have a look. How glorious a weather we've got here at the moment. You may be wondering with this sunshine why I'm not tackling the veggie patch. I just don't trust the sun yet. I don't trust that it's not going to rain. I'm giving everything a little bit more time to dry out before I get planting. I'm just happy that the rain seems to have stopped. I had a few people kind of commenting on the last couple of videos saying, of course it's going to rain, you're in the rainforest, but they've actually come out with the stats now and it shows that the autumn or the fall that we're currently going through is now up there in the top wettest on record. On record. And it's my first one here at the property, so no wonder I found it a little bit wet. Now where's Ocky Doc? Oh, come here. I think he's avoiding the wet grass again. Come on. You're not going to avoid the wet, buddy. It's all wet. But it's sunny. This is just bloody glorious and actually really good weather for painting too, so the paint will actually dry. Hey, Ock. That's more like it, eh? I should scope out a new bunch of bananas. I couldn't quite keep up with that last bunch, so I did end up freezing some for smoothies. Thank you for the suggestions on those. Have a look how big this bunch is I'm going to cut. And I was looking around, I've got another little one growing here. Got another big one here too. So I've got a few. Oh, and then got another one on the way here. So many bananas ready to roll. We're almost ready for painting, folks, and I feel like it's going to make a big difference. I'm literally just staring at this in and out, really putting off taping right now. You feeling that, Ock? The worst part is for you guys, it's going to be like... Forgot just how much paint prep sucks. Wow. That's my tree coverage. Planning on moving that 1-to-1 because I don't have enough. Let's get it. Need Simon back, I can't remember this. Alrighty, wish me luck. That was definitely a bit messier than I remember it being inside. Got a fair bit of overspray, more than I wanted. And let's just say, I'm glad I'm sanding this deck, but the poor plants, even though I tried to cover them up, they copped it a bit too. Looks like it's been snowing here, so hopefully they'll be okay. Yeah, really everything copped it. It even went out onto the pavers and stuff, which isn't great. But yeah, first coat done. Lucky I'm sanding the deck, eh? I'm going to dive straight into coat number 2, mainly because I don't want to do the cleanup of the air sprayer more than once. And I think 2 coats will be enough for this bad boy. Coat 2 done. Spraying is far more chaotic than I remembered. Good night. Good morning, it is another cracking day here. I'm just checking out my handiwork. That sprayer does a bloody good job despite getting everywhere. And before we jump into it, there's a couple of things I want to do. One of them is take this old boy for a walk because after his little zoomies yesterday, I felt bad that we didn't go on one. And the other thing I wanted to do is say a quick thank you to today's video sponsor, which is AG1. Next month marks 2 years since I first had AG1. I was introduced to it by my friends Eamon and Beck, which makes it now the most consistent thing in my life, other than probably this little guy. AG1 is a supplement that contains 75 vitamins, minerals, and whole food source ingredients that all work together to support whole body health. By starting each day with AG1, it takes the place of what would have been my first coffee. I'm not seeing any decrease in energy. Actually, I'm seeing an increase without that anxiety or shakes or anything that you normally associate with the caffeine hit with coffee. These bad boys have no caffeine, they're cruelty-free, they're vegan, and I love that all their ingredients are readily available on the website. The fact that it's so simple to prep, just add 1 scoop, 250 mils of water, shake, and that it tastes great makes it a healthy habit that is so easy to stick with. AG1 also supports focus, digestion, mental clarity, and importantly for me at the moment, your immune system. It's helping me bounce back from this dreaded man flu. The simple fact is, none of us are getting any younger, but I plan on doing everything I can to stay as healthy as possible as I age. AG1 gives me the peace of mind that I'm doing right by my body. If you scan the QR code on screen or head to the link in my description below, you'll get a free 1-year supply of AG vitamin D3 plus K2, plus 5 AG1 travel packs with your first purchase of AG1. Trust me, your body will thank you for it. Okay, Ock. Before we get back into this, I promised you a walk. Come on, sleepyhead. Let's go. Come. Yeah. I do feel bad when I miss a day of walking with him because he obviously loves it so much and I actually get a lot out of it too. So I need to make sure that I am doing these walks every day. And like I said at the start of the video, it just feels good to feel good again. And I truly never take my body for granted. I'm so fortunate that I am able to do the things that I do. And yeah, I just want to keep doing them as long as possible. I did just work out, I think it's when he's just over 14, dogs hit 100. And I'm thinking about having a big party. What should we do for it? Look at this glorious weather, Occ. It is the perfect day to be smashing this deck and getting our hot bath ready. Let's get back to it. Well, I just spent an hour doing touch-ups. I think the white's all good now. We'll let that dry. It's time to start having a closer look at this deck. Old decks need a little bit extra attention sometimes. Now, I'm pretty sure I have at least a couple of replacement boards for these. The issue may be finding them. Well, this is actually kind of embarrassing to show you, but remember Max's timber yard and how organised it was? Max's timber yard here. We might have put it there. Just to clarify, we're not looking for snakes. Alright, these are slightly narrower. That was actually far easier than I thought. Turns out I shouldn't have even shown you this shameful secret. Occ, don't look at it. I don't like the white. I'm feeling that I really like the white ceilings. It's made it feel a lot lighter in here and under here, especially when there's no sun directly on it. But these, for starters, I'm not convinced those railings will stay white because they are pretty exposed to the elements. So instead, I have some Monument paint left, which is this kind of blacky grey. And I think it could be a bit of a cool combo. The bar is not going to be super light, especially once it's full of water. Oh. I'm going to add a couple of extra structural supports underneath the deck just to be safe. I do not want anyone dropping through this deck. I feel like it's probably going to stand up well, but that's so solid and should have many a year left in it, especially because it is undercover. Look at that guy. It's Occy's world, folks, and we are all just living in it. Honestly, it's been a bit of a cruisy afternoon, but it's pretty dreamy here at the moment because it did rain for a little bit and there's just the mist all on the mountains. The temperature is actually quite lovely and I've been taking it pretty easy. I was laughing at myself before because I'm just kind of doing all these finishing touches. I was getting the deck ready, cutting pieces. They were fiddly. 𝐬𝐮𝐬𝐫. I have booked in a floor sander for tomorrow morning and I really want to give this deck a proper sand down before I bring the bath on. It kind of makes sense. And I've also been waiting for this railing paint to dry because it's so moist out here. It takes a bit longer for it to dry. And yeah, I'm going to make it black. I'm going to do that this afternoon, but otherwise the rest of the day was kind of just getting this deck ready. Fingers crossed she comes up a treat. Haven't decided how I feel about it completely, but it is time for a shower. I am filthy. Good night. You got upgraded to the front seat. Look at this bad boy. I didn't really think about this for sanding and oiling. Question is, how the hell do I get it down these steps? I think we're just gonna go for it. You just stand there off. It's not like We're on a time crunch with this sander. In other news, decided I love the monument. The contrast for just blending into the nature, but then the white with keeping everything bright inside. Love it. And it also means continuation from the ceilings inside to the ceilings here. Enough chit chat. Doesn't help these steps are a little unstable. Good news is, man flu feels completely gone. I did this. Shit. They don't make them like they used to, folks. And honestly, I have no idea how well this deck is going to come up. All I know is that it's hardwood. I don't know what type of hardwood, but it's got to look better than it currently does, right? Right? Shake? Yeah. Okay, you might have to move, buddy. Quick homemade orange juice for courage, and because the tree is absolutely popping, I'm struggling to keep up. Prost. I've noticed that there's some clear high pieces, and so what I'm doing is I'm quickly running around the planer and just leveling them out, because otherwise the drum sander is not going to do an even job. And it's pretty satisfying, I have to tell you. I think these are going to come up nice. Well, man down before the first pass is done. Missed this nail head, and that's taken out the first sheet of sandpaper. First impressions for those considering hiring a floor sander. So much easier than you'd think. It actually just like propels itself, and if anything, I got the 60 grit paper to start. I reckon I could have gone 40. But I am getting a little bit excited, folks. I think this is going to come up an absolute treat. I did about 100 laps there, folks, and that doesn't even include using the edger, which I did all the edges, but also all the uneven ones. I think I really needed like a planer or something. I don't know if that exists as a floor planer, but something to level it all out before saving the need to do so many laps. But I'm stoked with how it's looking. Oil, I think it's going to come up a treat. I'm going to decongest and then go get decking oil, because unfortunately I don't have any. So that'll be today done, I think. Today done. 7 hours sanding. Who would have thought? You want to go on another road trip? Yeah. We'll see you when we get back. If you're wondering what the fan is doing there, when I got back last night in the dark, I scrubbed this deck with a anti-tannin or a tannin remover, and then a deck scrub. Far out. And that is, so it is all prepped, and the fans are just to dry it out. This morning I went out, got another Facebook Marketplace steal with a freestanding spout to go in the bath. Occy's always just stealing the show. Hey, we just let him listen. There you go. Ooh. But because once I oil the deck, I've got to stay off it for a full day, I'm getting these into place now just to get an idea of positioning, because then I can do all the plumbing and have everything ready for the final reveal for you guys. Oh damn, it already looks good. I love how this deck's come up with all the multicolours too. The piece de resistance. It even matches the outdoor shower. I'm not sure about here. I mean, this corner's a bit of a dead space. Bath, tap. It's oiling time, baby. I always take it when a can says apply liberally, you can kind of just go to town. There's something really pleasurable about that. But the fact that it's the real icing on the cake, it is literally the finishing touches on that. And it's funny, I was thinking about while I was doing the deck then that I chose the outdoor bath as a project to do. I kind of had it on my list of projects to do as a nice easy one when, you know, I'm a bit tired or worn out, and coming back from man flu, I thought that would be the time to do it, but hasn't been quite as easy as I planned. Why do I always forget to wear gloves? Huge round of applause to this guy who really seemed to pick up on the memo and not try and come out here and walk on the wet oiled deck. You're a legend, Ock. With that, the day has gotten away from me. Surprise, surprise, another job took longer than I thought it would. I am going to leave the plumbing under the house till tomorrow morning and just do the finishing touches, which means it is time to leave you for the grand reveal. And I hope you are bloody excited, because I definitely am. I am so excited. This may just become my new favourite spot in the house. I want to just say a huge thank you to the weather gods, because it has been perfect, and when the weather's like this, it just makes me fall in love with this property over and over again, because it's just a dream. Oh, this is what you get for thanking the weather gods. It is hammering down. It started pouring rain at about 10 p.m. tonight, and the deck wasn't fully cured. Hung those up in the rain. Sometimes, you know, Mother Nature's just gotta put you back in your place. Good night. It is finally time, buddy. Today turned out to be a little bit more manic than I expected. Back in my favourite spot. Well folks, the final touches are done. We have done it in time for knockoffs. I am so bloody happy. I am no longer ashamed to have this deck out here. Look at this. I don't know how it happened, but it has turned out so much better than I expected. The deck, I absolutely love how it's come up, and it suits the cabin vibes so well. Is this anyone else's idea of heaven right now? Enough chit chat. It is Friday afternoon, and I don't think anyone's ever worked so hard for a bath, for one bath. But here we go. Oh. And yes, it's true, I don't normally bathe in my board shorts, but gotta keep this one PG rated. Oh, it is heaven. Oh, I'm pulling stuff out of my hair from being under the house. This is all I wanted when I was sick last week. I just wanted a nice hot bath. I'm gonna crank some music, and now that I'm not sick anymore and it's Friday night, I'm also going to have a cheeky bevo. And how is the view from in here? Oh, and I haven't shown you this. Check this out. Also, but so that gold tap I got off Facebook Marketplace for 400 bucks. This bath, same thing, 400 bucks. The total cost of everything, including the decking oil, the paint and everything, cost me 1,200 bucks. And honestly, it doesn't even feel like the same space. I can see myself spending a lot of time out here, and I don't think I'm gonna be the only one using it. Bloody cheers, everyone. Thank you so much for watching. It feels so good to feel good again, and I'm never gonna take my health for granted. I'll see you all in the next one. In the meantime, be kind to yourself and be kind to one another. Bye, guys. Oh, I almost forgot the piece de resistance for the deck. Oh, how did I almost forget this? Now it truly is an ensuite. What do you reckon? No need for an indoor bathroom now, eh, buddy?